The nation's water ministers are divided on the fate of the Murray-Darling Basin Plan, as ever, and they're meeting today in Brisbane. Let's cross live now to political reporter Trudy McIntosh in Canberra. Trudy, the drought-stricken farmers have been demanding that this plan is scrapped. In fact, even the New South Wales Deputy Premier, John Barilaro, has been threatening that.
They certainly have, Chris. There's plenty of strong views on either side when it comes to this Murray-Darling Basin Plan, but it's pretty clear today that there isn't an appetite within the federal government to completely scrap this plan. As you say, ministers are meeting today in Brisbane to try and nut out where they can go going forward when it comes to this plan. They met last night and the Federal Minister David Littleproud says it was a constructive dinner that was held last night, but they didn't reach any form of solid agreement. He's been pushing for additional powers to be given to the Inspector General of the Murray-Darling Basin, Mick Kilty. He says that he needs to be able to conduct a review into the basin, and that will be the basis of providing transparency to farmers.
And we shouldn't be afraid to do that. We should have transparency. We should let the sunshine in. This is Australian taxpayers' money. This is a significant program, and we're 80% of the way through. And the last 20% can be done without going near a farmer if we all do what we say we would do, and we have transparency and openness in it.
There's been a lot of anger directed at politicians right here in Canberra over the fate of this Murray-Darling Basin Plan. Just a few weeks ago, thousands of farmers converged outside Parliament House calling for this basin plan to be scrapped. Today it was a much smaller grouping of protests outside this meeting in Brisbane. They're a group of citrus farmers from near Mildura. They argue, though, that their voice needs to be heard inside this ministers' meeting.
Well, the change that would make a difference is they need to free up some water from somewhere. They claim that they can't. And I don't believe that. I've heard rumours they're going to put water on the market, and all that will mean is the water barons will grab that, not the average farmers. They need to increase the allocation of those farmers that have zero. They need to stop tipping water into the Southern Ocean. That is just a dumb thing to do for this country, driest in the world. And all right, Mick Kilty is starting a committee. That's the 36th committee that has been sent around our way since the start of the millennium drought. I wish him well, but they need to pay him triple time and get an announcement out before Christmas.
But Chris, obviously there's a fundamental tension that exists within this Murray-Darling Basin Plan. States like New South Wales want more water now to flow to irrigators. They're threatening to withdraw unless that's the case. But South Australia making it clear that they need to see water flowing down to their state, backing in those environmental flows down towards their region. So it's certainly a difficult issue for the government to manage when there's such different views amongst the states.